second grader! It's me again, Teacher Allen, and welcome to another instructional video! Hey! So, for this week lesson, we will be talking about trusting in God and not in man. So what do you mean by that? Oh, our trust should be in the Lord and not in man. So our story for this week, it's about Joseph, how he's making plan for his life and siya. And then, but in the end, the plan of God is still the best plan of all. Okay, so now we will be reading your memory verse, and let's memorize this one by one. So let's start. Now let's move on to your memory verse for this week, and your memory verse for this week is found in Psalms 118:8. It says there that it is better to trust in the Lord than to depend on man. Again, Psalms 118:8 says it is better to trust in the Lord than to depend on man. Oh, what does it mean? Mas maayo po no, it is better. It is best, John. It is best to trust or atong isalig nato sa Ginoo ang atong mga plano, atong mga dreams sa Ginoo than to someone like, I will achieve this dream because of my mama, because of my papa, or because of that someone, and so on and so on. But no, your plan should be, you should be entrusted to the Lord. Like your dream, you should ask it, or you should trust it into the Lord. Like, I want to become a doctor. You have to trust it in the Lord. Imo nang isalig sa Ginoo imong mga dreams. Okay? So, and the second part there is than to depend on man. Why? It is better, Jud, nga adto sa Ginoo dili sa man. Why? Because man is limited. Limited ra na sila. Na sila mangubutang nga dili nila kayang buhaton. But in the Lord, everything He can do it. Tanan nga mangubutang gusto niyang himuon kung abogado, doctor, lawyer, teacher, and everything that you want, kaya na buhaton sa Ginoo. If you just trust in Him and you surrender your dreams to Him. So now, we will be watching the story of Joseph on how God showed Joseph that no, Joseph, you have to trust in me, not in your plan. Because in your story, Joseph is planning, okay, maybe if I will do this, I can get out from the jail. Okay, diba? Our last lesson is na jail na to siya sa prisuhan. Mo na atong story. So, yun si Joseph, basin og if I can interpret their dreams, okay, this will be the reason that I can makagawas ko ang hinga jail. But no. So, I am spoiling the story. So, for now, I will exit and let's watch this video.
It's time for a Bible story.
The Story of Joseph, Part 3.
Do you need another refresher to get you caught up to speed on what happened last time?
Nah, man, I got this. Check it out. I'm gonna do a rapid-fire recap. Ready, go. Joseph had 11 brothers, and they were jerks. And then he had some dreams where everything was bowing down to him, and his brothers threw him in a pit and sold him into slavery, and then he worked for Potiphar, and then Potiphar's wife was a big jerkface and lied about him and threw him into jail. Boom.
Wow, that was actually pretty impressive. And yes, that's exactly where our story picks up. Joseph was wrongfully accused and thrown into jail, but it wasn't just a regular jail. This was a prison where all of the king's prisoners were sent, so it was extra secure. There is no way anyone was getting out of this place.
Yeesh. So I guess that's about it for old Joseph, huh? Well, it was fun while it lasted. The end.
No way, man. This is totally not the end of the story. Even though it looked like his situation was getting worse, the Lord gave Joseph great favor with everyone around him. The guards liked Joseph so much that they let him help out around the prison. They didn't even lock him up.
Whoa, that's crazy. So that's what you mean when you were saying that through this whole deal, the Lord was with him?
You bet. Because Joseph had a great attitude, was respectful, and cared about other people, his time spent in prison wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been. In fact, Joseph was so good at noticing people around him and going out of his way to care about them that one day, something happened that would change his life big time.
Oh yeah, you said last time there was this big thing coming up. Is this it?
Yep.
And you're not gonna get me with another to be continued, are you?
Well, I'll let you know next time. To be continued.
Ah, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I was just joking. We're not done yet.
Whew, thank goodness. Really got me good there. So what happened?
Since this prison was where all of the king's prisoners were sent, there were two men that used to work directly for the Pharaoh. One was a baker, the other was a cupbearer.
Wait, a cupbearer? His job was to put bears in cups? That sounds hard. You gotta either have some big old cups or some tiny bears.
No, he wasn't a bear cupper, he was a cup bearer. That meant that he would serve drinks to the Pharaoh in a cup.
Gotcha. That makes more sense. So these guys were in jail, huh?
Yep. Since Joseph was in charge of the prison, the guards assigned these two guys to him. Then, one night, both the baker and the cupbearer each had some pretty strange dreams.
Oh boy, here we go again with the dreams. Oh, speaking of dreams, last night I had this crazy dream where my ears turned into chili dogs.
No! I don't want to hear any more about your crazy dreams. We're talking about their dreams. The next day, Joseph could tell that something was bothering them. Both the cupbearer and the baker looked like they didn't sleep very well and were all stressed out.
Well, I mean, they are in prison, not exactly a stress-free environment.
Yeah, but this was different. Joseph was very good at noticing people around him and caring about them. So he asked them what was bothering them. They told him that they had some very strange dreams, but didn't know what they meant.
I know what my dream meant, that I shouldn't eat chili cheese dogs right before I go to sleep.
Well, that's true. But when Joseph heard that they were troubled by their dreams, he thought of something. Back home, God helped Joseph understand what his dreams meant, so he offered to help interpret the dreams of the baker and the cupbearer.
Hey, look at that! Joseph's in jail. These guys go there too. Joseph can interpret dreams. These guys have dreams that need to be interpreted. You weren't kidding about God having a plan for Joseph's life, huh?
Exactly. The cupbearer and the baker both told Joseph what their dreams were, and God revealed to Joseph what those dreams meant. The cupbearer's dream was about a vine and 3 branches that sprouted grapes, and he squeezed those grapes into the Pharaoh's cup. Joseph told him what that meant, that in 3 days he would be released and would go back to his job serving drinks to the Pharaoh.
Good for him! That's awesome! So what about the baker's dream?
In the baker's dream, there were 3 baskets of bread sitting on top of his head. A bunch of birds flew up and started eating out of one of them. Unfortunately, Joseph told him that this meant that in 3 days, the Pharaoh would have him killed.
Yikes! Classic case of the old good news, bad news, huh? Did those things come true?
They sure did. 3 days later, the cupbearer was restored back to his job, and the baker was, well, let's just say he sleeps with the fishes.
What? Gross. Why would you sleep in a pile of fish? Ugh, that would smell terrible.
No, like, he took a dirt nap.
Wait, now he's sleeping in the dirt? I mean, that's better than a pile of fish, but still, just sleep in a bed, dude.
No, he died.
Oh, gotcha. Took a double dip out of the old cosmic cookie jar, huh?
Yeah, that's not a phrase. Never mind.
So what happened next? Those guys just left and Joseph stayed in jail?
Not exactly. Before the cupbearer left, Joseph asked him to tell the Pharaoh about his situation, that he was wrongfully accused of something that he didn't do and thrown into jail.
Oh, awesome. This is his chance to get set free. Did the cupbearer remember to tell the Pharaoh about him?
No. He forgot.
What? You gotta be joking me. So Joseph just stays in prison? Bummer.
He did for a while, but not forever.
So what's the application of our story? Okay, here's an application that I will be sharing with you. It says there that it is good for us to make plans. Yes, it is good nga maghimo tag plan, but it is not good for us to put our trust in those plans and depend on some person to solve our problems for you or from mag-depend ta sa ilaha para ma-solve ang atong mga problem or atong mga plans. We will not depend on them. Instead, we need to depend on the Lord. Kinahanglan ta nga magdepende sa Ginoo, dili to anyone. Like, okay, dili ay maayo teacher nga mo depend sa atong parents. Yes, of course, but not fully give them the trust, because adto ta sa Ginoo. I-trust na to ang tanan sa Ginoo that God will use our parents para ma-fulfill na to or mahitabo ang atong mga plans, atong mga dreams in our life. So let's pray for our parents that God will guide them to guide you in your dreams or sa inyong mga plans sa inyong lives. So that's all for this week. I hope you learned something from this lesson, and God bless everyone, and see you in my next video.